Hey y'all, this is Travell Richardson, and this is the Be Ready anthem, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Stay ready, be ready, 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 stay ready. Every show, new face, new dream. Young man out here building a team from the track to the court to the turf and the ring. They all grown different, but they got the same theme. Putting in work when the lights not on. Late night, early morning, still going strong. They don't do it for the lights, they do it for the fight. Future looking bright, cause they training for their life. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. Spotlight on them, time to show love. Brother smart and dream, all star from above. The hustle in their heart, purpose in their feet, and they voice on this mic that echoes in the streets. Every episode, no cap, no fake. Just young bugs grinding, rising to the stage. Different faces, same goals. Rise above the pressure, yeah, holding goals. So be ready, stay ready, 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 be ready, stay ready. So put your hands together for my boys, Coach Tony and Carlos, for the Be Ready podcast coming on right now. Let's get it, let's go, y'all.
We are live and in color. Welcome, guys, to episode 86 of the Be Ready Sports Podcast, y'all. Episode 86. Thank you, guys. Episode 86. Thank you guys for the support. Very long way from episode 1 now to here, episode 86. Just 14 episodes away from episode 100, which is very historic landmark for our podcast, and we appreciate the support always. And make sure like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel where we're at right now, live on YouTube. Please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and also hit the bell icon that's when you'll get notified of when we go live. Also, should be scrolling down the ticker right now. Follow our Instagram at Be Ready Sports Podcast. That's where we post our content, our podcast clips, sports, news, anything related with the podcast goes on the Instagram. All right. So thank you guys for watching tonight on this Wednesday night. All right. So without further ado, let's introduce our guest for tonight's episode 86. Tonight's guest is a multi-sport athlete from the state of North Carolina. In baseball, he plays all 9 positions at the elite level and plays for Canes Nation 13U. For basketball, he plays as a small forward or power forward. For football, he plays as a quarterback. In baseball, he is a 2-time PG Select Fest invitee, 2-time Team Zilla member, Army Games home run champion, and most recent Elite 2025 WWBA World Wood Bat performer with one of the strongest social media followings in his age group. So now, please welcome to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, episode 86, Jace Winston.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What's up, Jace? All right, Jace. So give a little icebreaker about yourself to the audience here tonight.
My name is Jace Winston, 13 years old. I play, as you said, baseball, basketball, football. A top baseball player in the class of 2031. As you said, I'm a Select Fest 2 times, Zilla 2 times. I'm a Eastern Army, what's it called, home run derby champion.
All right.
And yeah, I'm just an athlete, I guess.
An athlete, yeah, for sure. Multi-sport athlete. You play baseball, you play football, you play basketball. Wow, that's a lot of sports. That's a lot of sports to focus on. All right. Without further ado, Hey man, Jace, welcome to the show, and let's get right into it with a little warm up for you, Jace. To get yourself into the groove of this podcast, and let's start with these sports topics, man. First, we're gonna start with some baseball here tonight. As you guys know, the baseball season is over. The Los Angeles Dodgers they won against the Blue Jays in Game 7 of the World Series. So obviously MLB's in the off season right now. So there wasn't really much news until I went to MLB's Instagram page. And this is what I found pinned on their Instagram page. The MLB, the Major League Baseball is forming a new 3-year media rights deal agreements with Netflix, NBC Universal, aka NBC, and ESPN. So basically, the MLB is doing a 3-year deal with NBC, Netflix, and ESPN. And Jace, I feel like there's a pattern here with Netflix. Boxing is in Netflix. Everybody's turning into these streaming apps, man. Everybody's tuning into these streaming apps with Netflix. Now the NBA is on Prime, NFL is on Prime. Like it's like now the MLB is now starting to get into that trend of streaming apps, but instead of them using Amazon Prime, they're using Netflix. So, Jason, what are your thoughts on this, man? The MLB forming a new 3-year deal with ESPN, Netflix, and NBC.
I mean, I would do that too because these platforms get millions of views like every day. So I think it's a great way to show like what's happening on the platform.
Yeah, for sure. Big time, big time. All right, so now I'm gonna show you the breakdown of what each is gonna show basically on a night to night basis. So here's Netflix. They will be broadcasting the opening night next year with the Yankees taking on the San Francisco Giants. They will broadcast that on March 25th. That will be the first game that Netflix will be hosting. That'll be live from San Francisco for opening night. They'll also be doing the Home Run Derby, the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on July 13th, 2026. That they will be broadcasting the Home Run Derby. And then also that third event right there in 2026, they will be also streaming the Field of Dreams, which was a very good event that the MLB did 2 years ago when they first introduced it with the Yankees White Sox. What an event that was over there in Iowa. It was how do you say it kind of reflected to the movie by Kevin Costner, that movie The Field of Dreams. MLB wanted to honor that 2 years ago with the Yankees White Sox. Then they did it a year after. Then they kind of had a little hiatus, but now here they are with the Phillies and the Twins. They're gonna host the Field of Dreams on August 13th of 2026. So, Jason, what are your thoughts on this, man? So here's the Netflix lineup here, hosting some pretty big events here: opening night, the Home Run Derby, and the Field of Dreams. So what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, the Field of Dreams one is gonna be really big. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people watching that one because 2 years ago it was really big. It was a very fun game to watch. It was very close. I'm pretty sure. I remember it was. What was the score again? I forgot what the score was.
The score, and I know it
was
was, and I know the game ended like on a game-winning home run by somebody from the White Sox. I think it was like Tim Anderson or something like that. He had like a homer to the cornfields and then beat the Yankees. I I don't know the score. Let me search that up. Field of Dreams. Score that one. The score was 9-8. 9-8.
yeah. I think these are gonna be really fun to watch.
All right, all right. By the way, Jason, the comments are on the screen. I don't know if you can read it, but shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler giving you support in the chat. One of our cool new features now on this podcast is on that will be shown, and Jace, you can see your your support from the chat right there. Shout out to Tyler. All right. So now that's Netflix. Now we're going to show NBC. So this is NBC right here. Baseball is going to return to NBC first time since the year 2000. Wow, 25 years ago. 25 years ago, NBC is back with the MLB. Sunday Night Baseball and all wild card games, all wild card playoff games will be streamed exclusively live on NBC, NBC Sports Network, and Peacock. So Sunday Night Baseball was on ESPN. It was on ESPN this year, but now it's going to be moved to NBC. And basically all the wild card games will be live on NBC and Peacock. MLB Sunday Leadoff, I believe that's the pregame show for Sunday Night Baseball. That'll be on Peacock and NBC Sports Network. The 2026 All-Star Week coverage will be on NBC, NBC Sports Network, and Peacock, including the MLB Draft and the Futures game. So the MLB Draft, Jace, so the MLB Draft and the All-Star Week coverage will be on NBC. And then special event games, including the primetime matchups on opening day and Labor Day. So, Jason, what are your thoughts on NBC? So these events right here will be on NBC next year, including Sunday Night Baseball.
I mean, I don't really have anything to say. Like I said with the other ones, it's going to be really good for the platform to showcase, and they're probably get way more views now.
For sure, NBA is now on NBC. Baseball doing the same. They're going to be on NBC now. So NFL was on NBC already. So all the major sports moving to NBC besides the NHL. They moved away from NBC. They were on NBC, but moved away to TNT. Now here's ESPN. ESPN, they've been with the MLB. They'll be still with the MLB. ESPN will air a 30-game package each season on ESPN platforms. That includes ESPN, ESPN Plus, all that on ESPN platforms. Fans will be able to purchase MLB.TV through the ESPN app to watch their favorite team outside of their home television territory. So basically saying, Jay, so for example, I'm from South Florida, as you know. So basically, my local team is the Miami Marlins. So basically, if I want to watch a team like, for example, the New York Yankees, for example, I would have to go on MLB.TV and purchase basically through the ESPN app to watch the Yankees, which is outside of my television territory. So that's what they're basically saying on there. And then they'll also do an exclusive broadcast of the second half opener. The second half opener, I'm assuming that's going to be after the All-Star break. I don't know. And the Little League Classic. That's what ESPN will be televising. So, Jason, what are your thoughts on ESPN doing a 30-game package each season? So basically, each season they will broadcast 30 games on ESPN platforms, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN, and blah, blah, blah. Fans will be able to purchase through the ESPN app. So basically, your favorite team, basically, you get to is your favorite team near you or no? Your favorite MLB team?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite MLB team,
Nah?
but yeah, I don't really have one. I mean, maybe like the Braves,
Atlanta
but
Braves.
they're like a little far.
Yeah. So for example, like for example, like you're from North Carolina, right? So if you want to watch the Atlanta Braves, you gotta go to MLB.TV through the ESPN app, and you get basically purchase to watch the Atlanta Braves play, which is outside of your television territory. And then the last one, exclusive broadcast of the second half opener and the Little League Classic. So what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think ESPN is just chasing money right now. 'Cause I mean, you have to pay to watch games.
Yeah, ESPN is like a whole money grab right now because it's crazy. It's crazy with ESPN. They're like a whole money grab. I believe they're like charging like a crazy, ridiculous amount a month for multi-view Disney Plus. Like I'm like, bro, bro, all I want to watch is the games, not like all the other features that comes with it. All right, so that's ESPN. So that's ESPN's little thing for next year. Now here's the other ones with Fox, TBS, Apple TV, and MLB Network. These networks were part of last year, so basically they're just clarifying. They're just basically clarifying on what these networks will do next year. Um, Fox, that's FS1. Fox and FS1 are the same thing. Will continue as the home of the World Series, the League Championship Series, and the Divisional Series. So basically, from last year, Fox and FS1 they were the prime, television. They were basically the prime companies for the League Championship Series, Divisional Series, and the World Series. That will continue to be the same in 2026. The All Star Game, Fox had the All Star Game as well. The 2026 World Baseball Classic, basically, Jace, that's basically when all the countries they face off against each other. That will still be on Fox, and select regular season and special event games like the Field of Dreams or other special events. TBS will continue as the home of the League Championship Series and Division Series games. TBS was another television company that was also doing the Championship Series, Division, and League. They were also both doing that for the other league. So this year, Fox, they did it for, I believe it was the American League. TBS, they were for the National League. And I believe this year they're going to flip flop basically in 2026. So Fox will be doing the National League. TBS will be doing the American League, basically. All right, Jace. And is that a lot of information for you? What happened?
No, it's just the guy in the
Wow.
chat, Tyler.
Tyler, he's making you laugh. Shout out to Tyler, man. Shout out to him. Apple TV will continue to stream Friday Night Baseball. So Friday Night Baseball will be on Apple TV. Double headers throughout the regular season. That'll be for Apple TV. And then MLB Network will continue to air live games and anything MLB wise. So Jay, so what are your thoughts on this, man? MLB Network, Fox, TBS, and Apple TV.
I mean, I don't got really much to say.
Yeah,
I
of
don't
course.
got anything to say.
Yeah, of course, Tyler. If you're active in the chat, you get a shout out. Of course, even though you're making my guy laugh here, Jace. So shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. All right, so that's baseball for next year. NBC, Netflix, ESPN, MLB is gonna have that whole deal. Now NBC, Netflix will now be joining along, broadcasting MLB games. All right, so now we're going to switch gears a bit and we're going to go into some football here. So here's the college football playoff rankings they announced it last night. They announced it last night. So here's the rankings. So basically 1 through 10, those are basically the teams that are in basically, and then 11 and 12, those teams are basically safe for Miami, which is they're the highest ranked team in their conference. Basically, Jay, so college football works in conferences. So basically there's 4 power conferences. There's ACC, SEC, Big 10, Big 12. So basically the conference champions from those conferences will get in the playoff basically. And the highest rank for the ACC is at number 12, which is Miami. So they will be at number 11. But however, they also have something called the group of 6, which is basically outside of those power conferences. And that team will be at number 24, which is Tulane. So, okay, so before I get into my question, Tyler actually has a question. Tyler actually has a question for you, Jace. I don't know if you can read that question, but it's a very controversial one.
I see it. I think Ohio State's going.
You got Ohio State. Okay,
I don't know
why?
why. I just have
What
a feeling. I don't even know why. Ohio State's gonna. I think it's gonna be a close game. But I think it's gonna be maybe 30. Like 30 something to 20 6, something
That's
like
good.
that.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Ohio State, Michigan, it's always close. It's always close between those two. It's a huge rivalry up there. Ohio State doesn't even say Michigan. Ohio State says, "Oh, that we're playing the team from up north." Like Ohio State, there's no M during that whole week. You, Jace, this rivalry is so crazy that at Ohio State, if you went to Ohio State's University right now in Columbus, Ohio, you walked around the campus, they literally crossed off every M on campus, every M. So it could be the M could be as I know at a high building, or it could be down on the floor. They just put a red tape, cross out the M. It's everywhere. That's how intense that rivalry is. And that game's going to be a huge game at noon. And that will have some playoff implications because hypothetically speaking, what if Michigan beats Ohio State? Hypothetically, Jace, because the playoff, you only allow what 10, like 1 through 10 only gets in. So do you think, Jace? So I'm asking you this: do you think Michigan, if they hypothetically beat the number one team in the country in Ohio State, do you think Michigan should be in the playoff?
I don't think so. Because, I mean, it's like saying the White Sox beat the Dodgers one game. Like, they beat them one time that they should be in the World Series. Like, I mean, some teams just don't perform as well, like some games.
Yeah, but I wouldn't compare Michigan to the White Sox now, well, because the White Sox, they're yikes. The White Sox, I, what was the record last year? The White Sox, they went like horrible, right? Like the White Sox, shoot. Hey, I don't think Michigan's the White Sox. Hey, but okay. So you're basically okay. Wait, Tyler has a question in the chat. If you want to read that from Tyler.
My favorite college football team is, I mean, I don't really have probably Duke, because
Duke.
they're like 40 minutes away from me. My sister plays for a Duke, like national Duke's team for softball.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it's probably Duke.
Duke. Okay. Duke. All right. Yeah, for sure. Duke, they actually have a chance to make the ACC title game. It's a pretty, it's a pretty rough path for them, but there's still a chance that they can make it. Obviously they got to win against Wake Forest this weekend, but Duke, they got a pretty, there is a path for them. Basically, they got to win. Then they need a Pittsburgh loss. So basically, number 12 and number 12 and number 22 will play each other this weekend. That's Pittsburgh. So Duke needs a win, a Pittsburgh loss, and an SMU loss. SMU, by the way, they're ranked number 21. They will take on Cal this weekend. So there is a chance that Duke might make it. There is a chance. So Jay, so do you think Duke's gonna make it to the ACC championship game? So basically they got to win. So basically they got to win against um, Wake Forest, which Wake Forest, they're a pretty good team, but the game's at Duke, so there is a chance. A Pitt loss, which Pitt number 22, they're playing number 12, and then an SMU loss, number 21, they got to go on the road. So do you think Duke is going to get in the ACC championship game?
I don't think they are. They're probably gonna lose to Wake Forest, and even if they win, I mean, there's a low chance that they get in there.
I gotcha. Yeah, for sure. There's a whole debate. I mean, it's a whole debate in this whole college football thing. I was actually on a debate last night for this college football stuff. By the way, you guys can check that out on the Format podcast with Bruce Hope. I was on his show last night and we talked about some college football, so you guys can check that out. The Format podcast. We interviewed Bruce Hope actually in episode 1 of our show. So if you guys want to check out who Bruce Hope is, you guys can check that out in episode 1. So here's the rankings before rivalry weekend, and we'll see if there's some drama this weekend. We'll see if there's some drama this weekend, and let's see if these rankings can go into a frenzy this weekend. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about some NFL now. So this happened last week. The Cowboys. The Cowboys. How about the Cowboys? They were down 21-0 to the Eagles. The Eagles with a lot of miscues, and the Cowboys taking advantage of the Eagles' miscues, and they got the W at the end. Jay, so what are your thoughts on the Cowboys beating the Eagles?
I mean, the Eagles should have won that game. It's just like they just took their foot off the gas pedal. Like they just stopped scoring. They just made too many mistakes, and the Cowboys capitalized on that. And I mean, it was crazy too because I saw some videos of some Eagles, like Eagle fans punching bags on like who was it? It was like CD Lamb. It was some Cowboys players just
Yeah.
punching them into the ground. I mean, it was a clutch win for the Cowboys for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Big time win for them. They knock off the Eagles. The Eagles are now 8-3. Um, Cowboys got the one. They got the win, 24-21. All right, so now let's talk about this game that occurred. How about Shador Sanders' first start in his NFL career, and he had himself a game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Shador had a very good game. He threw for like 200 plus yards, had a touchdown, even though he had one interception, but he did enough for the Browns to beat the Raiders. So, Jace, so what are your thoughts on Shador Sanders leading the Browns to beat the Raiders?
I mean, I saw a few clips because I didn't watch the game. He had some really good passes. I mean, he looked like he was doing it for a long time.
For sure, for sure. Tyler has two questions in the chat. First question is, what's your favorite NFL team?
My favorite NFL team, probably the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, I liked them when I was younger, and then I used to bandwagon the Chiefs in 2020, but I've always liked the Ravens a lot. And then I have not had dinner yet, Tyler.
He hasn't had
I have
dinner
not had dinner
yet.
yet.
Good question, Tyler. Good question with no dinner. Yeah, speaking about the Ravens they beat the Jets 23-10. So, what are your thoughts on that? They're 6-5 now, Jace, because I remember they started the year 1-5. Now they're 6-5. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, can they still make the playoffs? I don't know yet.
Yeah, of course.
I mean,
yeah, because right now there's
if they make the playoffs, that's gonna be clutch. But Lamar Jackson stepping it up for sure.
yeah, for sure. When he came back, that Ravens team just hit a switch and they're looking good right now. The Baltimore Ravens, if the playoffs started today, the Ravens would be in because they're the leaders of their conference, AFC North. So they would be a 4 seed. They would basically be a 4 seed, and they would most likely play. Let's see. They would most likely play the Chargers in the first round, and they would host the playoff game. So right now, if the Ravens can, control their own destiny, win their games, they got Cincinnati coming up this weekend on tomorrow on Thanksgiving. If they can handle business from Thursday night all the way down to January, the Ravens can make the playoffs for sure, Jace. They start the year 1-5. Got off that bye week, and ever since that bye week, they've been undefeated. They've been 5-0. Interesting take, Tyler. That interesting take.
Yeah, Tyler is nowhere near better than me, bro.
Interesting take. All right, so there's Shador Sanders. Okay, so Jay, so guess who is also at the game as well for Shador Sanders?
It was Coach Prime, right?
Coach Primetime Deion Sanders. So here's Coach Primetime Deion Sanders in the tunnel before Shador Sanders start as he got on the field. It's about time, he said. It's about time. And, perfect timing, got in there. He won his start for the first time. The first time that a Cleveland Browns um that that a quarterback won in his debut for the Browns since 1995. Big time win for Shador Sanders and the Browns. And can they keep it rolling? We will see. Here's another result that happened. The Lions. How about the Detroit Lions? They were in a dogfight against the New York Giants. So, Jason, what are your thoughts on the Lions surviving against the Giants?
I mean, the Giants, ever since Cam Scatterboo got injured, like their running back core not that good, but I mean it was a good win by the Lions for sure.
Yeah, for sure. When the Giants got that win over the Eagles on that Thursday night, I really thought the Giants was going to turn it up from there. But ever since that win with Philadelphia, they've gone on a 6-game losing streak. Their head coach no longer there, Brian Dable, and that Giants team is just spiraling downward. And that team, they're 2-10, by the way, Jace. They're 2-10. They basically got no chance of making a playoff. They're 2-10. Even if they win out, they're going to be what 3, 4, 5, 6. They're probably going to go 7-10 if they win out, which you can't make a playoff going 7-10. So the Giants are going to be out, but what a win for the Lions. They got the win. Jahmyr Gibbs and that squad over in Detroit got the win. All right. Here's the Thanksgiving slate, y'all, for tomorrow night. As you can see there, it first starts off at 1 p.m. on Fox with the Packers and the Lions. That game will be at 1 tomorrow on Fox. At 4:30 on CBS, it'll be the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes taking on the Cowboys. The Cowboys in Dallas, that's at 4 p.m. on CBS. And then the nightcap of that triple header, it'll be the Ravens taking on the Bengals. So Jason, what do you thought on that Thursday night slate, that Thursday night triple header?
The Ravens and Bengals game should be a good game. The Chiefs and Cowboys game. Wait, can the Chiefs still make the playoffs? I swear I've seen
the Chiefs
like videos of saying the Chiefs got knocked off.
Well, right now they are they're 6-5 and they're in the hunt right now. So right now, if the playoffs start today, they would not be in the playoff.
Okay, so I think my predictions on this is a Lions win, a Chiefs win, and a Ravens win right here. I think that's good.
Okay, so you got Lions, you got Chiefs, and you got the Ravens. Got you.
Mhm.
All right. So there's another game on Friday night, on Black Friday, live on Prime Video. The Chicago Bears, what a season they're having. The Chicago Bears are 8-3. They're leading the NFC North. They're on a 4-game winning streak right now. They are rolling, but they got to take on the mighty Eagles of Philadelphia, who is also 8-3, and they're gonna come in there pretty angry after that loss to Dallas. So, Jay, so who do you got in this one? The Bears and Eagles here on Black Friday.
I want to say Eagles, but like I have a feeling that the Bears are going to upset them. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. I feel like Caleb Williams is going to go off.
So basically you got the Bears beating the Eagles?
Yeah, I got the Bears.
Got the Bears. Okay, interesting. Okay. That's at 3 p.m. live on Prime Video, and I guess we'll see, Jace. If the Bears do upset the Eagles, I'm gonna clip this, and we're gonna put it on our show. All right, I'm gonna clip it, and it's gonna be on our show. Weirdo for picking the Bears over the Eagles. All right. All right. So nothing on Saturday for NFL. They're going to take a little break. Obviously, it's college football on Saturday. So that's that rivalry weekend we talked about. That will be on Saturday. And then here's on Sunday. Here's on Sunday, a full NFL slate. The Rams taking on the Panthers. Niners taking on the Browns. Shador Sanders will make his start again. It will be at home as they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Dolphins take on the Buccaneers, take on the Cardinals. Seahawks, Vikings, Steelers, Bills, Colts, Texans, Jets, Falcons, Titans, Jaguars, Bears, Phillies. And then on Sunday Night Football, so Jace, all right, so Jace, so give me a little pick 'em here. So who do you got? So who do you got in these matchups here?
I got. So I'm gonna start from the bottom. I got the Patriots over the Giants. I got Broncos over Washington. I got the Bills over Steelers. I think the Seahawks are gonna win over the Vikings because I think 9 is pretty bad. I got the Buccaneers over the Cardinals. I think the Dolphins are gonna beat the Saints.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And then I got I think I want to go 49ers here, San Francisco.
49ers, okay.
I think. Yeah. And then I think the Colts got that. The Falcons definitely got that. There's no way they lose. And then I got the Jaguars. And then I got the Chargers. I get Chargers.
Chargers, okay. All right, so I believe you have one more game left. The Rams and the Panthers. Who do you got in that one?
Oh, yeah, I missed that one. I got the Panthers.
Panthers, okay.
Panthers are gonna win. I think.
All right.
I think Bryce Young gonna do something good.
Okay, all right. The Panthers, interesting pick. All right. So good pick'ems, Jace. I'm gonna keep track. I just wrote down what you chose, and I probably might start something here. I'm probably gonna start a pick'em with our guests here. I might start a pick'em here. Have a little poll. Have a little standings and see. Who's the leader at the end of the year. And whoever wins might get a little gift from us. So Jace, and I kept track of your things here. I guess we'll see how you do. All right. And I guess we'll see how you do. So that's the whole Thanksgiving slate. That's the whole Thanksgiving weekend: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then end off on Monday, the Giants and the Patriots. But before I move on, Thanksgiving is so important to the NFL. And when you ask NFL fans, what comes up to mind when you think of Thanksgiving, they think of the late great John Madden, who is great, who was a great ambassador for the NFL. When you thought of him, you thought of Thanksgiving. So I'm gonna play a little clip here about John Madden, just basically, his talking about Thanksgiving in the NFL.
Things in life that just fit. And I think when you talk about football, Thanksgiving, traditional rivalries, and being there, that's a good fit. And we have the biggest thing, the tradition of Thanksgiving and football. That's a bird. You see what's sitting right beside the bird? There's a football. Take this thing, we can cook it, then we'll take these legs off. And over there, we have the turkey. See, now here's the turkey. We got 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs, 5 legs, 6 legs. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, everyone knows that. I mean, here's a leg, then we got 3 here, we got 3 here. What happens is sometimes turkeys are getting so big in here so that they have, so much in the, in that part of the meat that they were breaking their legs. Yeah, and that turkey's so big and so many legs that's a two-man job.
Yep. John Madden has come up with a new award. There's the turkey on the bus, and somebody gets that drumstick.
Yeah, we just cut the drumstick off. We'll give it to Reggie White.
Open is Randy Moss, and in the end zone is a Minnesota touchdown.
Yep, you knew they were going to do it. The fans knew they were going to do it. The Dallas Cowboys knew they were going to do it. You knew they were going to do it.
Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Hey, John, I want to talk to John Madden, Pat Summerall. That's what I want. You got him. Hey, yo, what's up top, fellas?
Yeah.
Huh?
You're up on top when you make
Hey,
catches
man,
like that. Your arms are getting bigger. I'm just looking at that. I need to get my legs a little bigger. That's what I hear. But
Man, are you jealous?
you got a couple of guns here, man. Some things in life.
All right, Jace. So, what are your thoughts from that video there, that minute video?
I mean, John Madden.
That turkey's huge, ain't it?
Yeah. Huge.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely on Thanksgiving, the winner will definitely have a turkey leg, at the end of the game, and I guess we'll see, which one of those 6 teams, when they win, who's gonna have that turkey leg at the end of the night. We'll see. We'll see. At the end of the night. All right. So one more thing before we get into your Q&A, Jace, I want to mention a little bit about NBA because I believe I read from your bio. You're also a basketball player, right?
Yeah, I just started this year.
Oh, you started this year? All right. So I'm going to just share some, I'm going to share my screen here and I'm going to just show the NBA scores from today, from yesterday, I mean. So let's see. Let's see if I can. Share the screen and Jace, can you see my oh wait, hold on, let me take that down.
Yeah.
All right, so you can see my screen, right?
Yeah, yes sir.
All right, so here's the first game. The Wizards, oh my god, the Wizards, they won a game. 2-15. The Wizards got the win over the Hawks. This was last night, by the way. This was on Tuesday night. They beat the Hawks. The Magic, they beat the 76ers on the road. And then the Lakers, they won the Battle of LA. They knocked off the Clippers. So Jay, so do you have any, surprising, any thoughts on these scores here? Anything that's shocking to you from these scores?
The Wizards shocked me.
Yeah, for sure.
I would think that they lose.
Yeah, for sure.
What
happened? Go.
I don't really have anything. I mean, the Magic, I would think they would win that game because I think aren't they young?
With the Magic,
they got a few young players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely the Magic has some young players. You got Paulo Banchero, you got Franz Wagner. There's definitely some young players like Wendell Carter Jr. There's definitely some young players, and I'm currently looking at their roster, Jace, and literally I'm looking at the roster, and there's not one player older than 30 in this squad. The oldest player is 29, and that's Tyce Jones. So they're a young squad. They're a young squad, Jace. They're a very young squad, and they can last for a pretty long time. So that's Tuesday. So these were Tuesday night games. Now moving on to tonight's games. Here's some live games going on. The Knicks beating the Hornets 48-38. The Bucks beating the Heat 14-12 that they currently just started. Same too is the Pacers. They're beating the Raptors. Man, how about them Raptors? How about them Raptors, Jace? 13-5. I mentioned this on Sunday night, I believe, with our last guest, Key. And I told him, guess who's the number 2 team in the East? And I said the Toronto Raptors. He was shocked that Toronto was the second place team in the East. And the Pacers, they're having a horrible season. They're 2-15, Jace. That is, yikes. That's crazy for the Pacers after, going to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Crazy. The T-Wolves, they're They're up 5-4 to the Thunder. They just started. And then tonight, you got the Grizzly Pelicans, Rockets Warriors, Spurs Trailblazers, and then the Suns Kings. Those happening late night. But a game that just happened right now. Oh. Breaking news right here. I was actually watching this game before we started our show. The Boston Celtics, they ended the win streak with the Pistons. The Pistons, they were on a, I believe, 13-game winning streak. They were so close to continuing it, but the Celtics end the winning streak and handed the Pistons the L in the group play. So Jason, what are your thoughts on Jace? What happened?
Cade Cunningham's carrying as usual. 42 points.
Insane, right?
That's crazy.
So, all right, so what do you think, besides all these scores that are, going on right now, the Knicks, they're beating the Hornets, all these games are in progress. So, what are your thoughts on all this, man?
The Pacers, shocking. The Raptors, very shocking because, I don't think they've been really bad since, what was it, 2019 when they were in the finals? It was
2019,
like that.
yeah. 2019, yeah.
Yeah, they were not that good anymore. It's crazy how they're 13-5. The Pistons, they're doing good this season so far. I mean, wait, what was it last season that they were really bad, super, super bad?
I think that was 2 years ago where they went on a large losing streak. I remember that. Yeah, 20 in a row losing streak. Yeah, I remember that. I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, and the Celtics are just getting old now.
Yeah, for sure.
The players are just
what happened, Jace?
nothing.
All right, yeah, for sure. The Celtics, they're playing their bench, and the Celtics really using their depth players, to save them, but it's not enough. Right now, they're number 10 in the East. If the playoffs started right now, they would be the last play-in team, and they would have to play Philadelphia for the play-in, and a winner go home. If they won that, then they have to play the loser of the 7-8, and then they're so far and so forth. All right, so that's the NBA scores. So that's the NBA scores going on right now. Obviously, there's some games going on right now for the NBA Cup. And yeah, so that's all that. All right, Jace, you ready for your Q&A?
Yes, sir.
All right, we should be good. All right. Let's do this, shall we? Let's do this. All right, let's get this Q&A. All right, Jay, so first question. What inspired you to play multiple sports?
I mean, it got boring just playing baseball. And I was excited, in 5th grade, I was super excited to play football and basketball in middle school. And my dad did it when he was younger. He played baseball, basketball, and football. So I was excited to do it all.
All right, so second question. Which sport or sports do you feel most natural playing and why?
I feel most natural playing baseball because I've been doing it for a while, I don't even know, since I was 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay, gotcha. All right. So what's the hardest part about being a multi-sport athlete?
I'm always sore, every time after practice, especially for basketball practice, when I'm walking out, I can barely walk.
Hey man, playing a lot of sports, definitely makes you sore. Most definitely, the recovery's got to be at a high level if you're going to play 3 sports. So, all right, for sure. All right, so for football, what position or positions do you play and why those positions?
My position in football is quarterback, and I play quarterback because I have an arm and I can read the defense easily.
Gotcha. All right. So what are your strengths as a football player?
I'm a fast quarterback, so I can get past the linebacker easily. I have an arm, so I can easily throw it over the safety. And yeah, I have an arm.
Gotcha. All right, so you're basically like a dual threat type quarterback, right? Yeah. All right, gotcha. All right, so what is something that you want to improve on in your game?
I want to I want to improve on throwing the ball more accurate, because I mean, yeah, I just want to throw more accurate. Cause I can get it there, but it may be like a little bit in or to the sidelines.
Gotcha. All right, all right. So what is your favorite football team to watch and why that team?
My favorite football team to watch would be the Baltimore Ravens, because it's fun watching Lamar Jackson out there just play.
Gotcha. All right, all right. So who do you idolize your game to in football?
I don't really idolize my game to really anybody, because I'm me, like
Okay.
I don't really like want to be anybody.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so for baseball, what position or positions do you play and why that position or positions?
I can play anywhere, but my main is probably catching, and I catch because like I can control the game back there. Yeah, I can just control the game and not worry about people taking bags.
Gotcha. All right, all right. So what do you enjoy most, hitting or fielding and why?
I enjoy hitting way more, because it just feels better to barrel up a ball than like making diving catch.
Gotcha. All right, all right. So who do you idolize your game to in baseball?
Like football, I don't really idolize my game to anybody.
I gotcha. All right, I gotcha, gotcha. All right. So what is your favorite baseball team to watch and why?
I don't really have a favorite baseball team, but if I had to choose, I'd probably be the Dodgers, because they have a lot of athletes on that team, and I can watch my coach Blake Snell play.
Blake Snell, okay. You said coach?
Yeah, one of my coaches for Zilla.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, that's
He's
so
the head
cool.
coach for Zilla.
Well, so cool. All right, all right. Okay, so what is your walk-up song to the plate?
My walk-up song is "Here I Go" by Mystical. I think, yeah, Mystical.
Here I Go by Mystical?
Yeah, it's like an old song.
Gotcha. All right, all right. So if you could meet any sports athlete, could be basketball, baseball, football, anybody, who would it be and why?
For basketball, it'll probably be either Giannis or Anthony Edwards. I don't know, they're just cool. And baseball, probably Fernando Tatis, because that's my favorite baseball player. And football, it would probably be Lamar Jackson, probably, or like Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. All right, all right. All right, so for baseball, you said your favorite player was Fernando Tatis Jr. So why? Why is your favorite player Fernando Tatis Jr.?
I just remember, like, when I first got my PlayStation in like 2020, 2021, like I remember hopping on the show and just playing with Fernando Tatis with San Diego, and I just remember hitting bombs for him. I just remember just watching his highlights and stuff.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, all right. So besides football, baseball, and basketball, what other sport would you like to try and why?
I would probably try track, because I can like actually see how fast I am.
Okay, track. All right. So, what are your long-term goals as a sports athlete?
My long term goal is probably to become professional in whatever sport.
All right, so like whatever sport. So, all right, so basically you're not like favoring a sport basically. So basically your long-term goal is to be a professional. Whatever comes up, NBA, MLB, or NFL.
Yeah, like
Okay.
if I'm playing baseball and if I get an offer, I'm going to baseball. If I go playing football, whatever, and I get an offer for football, I'm going to football.
All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right. All right, last question. What are your favorite hobbies / interests to do outside of sports?
My hobbies are just straight video games. Because, I'm usually too sore to, like, go outside and just shoot basketball. I sometimes do, but I just like playing video games.
Video games. So what's your favorite video game or video games to play?
Um, I used to, like, back in, like, 2023, play Fortnite all the time. And then, like, I used to play Rainbow Six Siege all the time. And, I'd be playing Roblox. I don't know why.
Roblox?
I don't know. I don't know why. It's just fun.
It's just fun. All right. I
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, so that's the Q&A section. Jace, pretty good answers, pretty good answers, a pretty good Q&A. That was a pretty good Q&A. And now let's go to, the guests. The guests usually say this. Their favorite part is the show and tell. So the first part of the show and tell, we're going to basically showcase your trophies that you brought during the walkthrough. You can show off your trophies, medals, any accolades that you want to show off right now before we get into the pictures and stuff.
These are my Select Fest trophies that I got when I made Select Fest during I forgot what it's called. I forgot what it's called, but this is when I got all the trophies and stuff for Select Fest. And then this was my first ever perfect game MVP. It was in 9U. It was in like the last term of the year. It was a big one. And we got second place in it. It was a reminder. And the bat I won from the War Games, from the Home Run Derby.
From the Home Run Derby, okay. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's cool. All right, some good accolades there. The bat, the trophies. Pretty nice. All right, pretty nice. All right, so now let's get into your pictures. But before we get into your pictures, we're gonna have a 100th episode. As I said in the beginning, we're 14 episodes away, and we're basically gonna show the photos from the best photos from all of our episodes in the past. So basically all I need you to do, Jace, is just basically rank these photos 1 through 5. All right, just basically I'm gonna just show photos, and then I'm gonna give a little context about them, and then you're just gonna rate it 1 out of 5 based on the image. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna show the first photo. This is from Lamborghini Landon. He was one of our previous guests, football player. He's a football player from Texas, I believe. From Texas. As you can see, there's a Lambo right there because that's his nickname, Lambo. So what are your thoughts, Jay? So rank out 1 out of 5.
It's creative, and yeah, it's just creative. I like the letters. I'll give it like a 3.5. 3.5 out of 5.
Okay, why 3.5?
3.5. I don't know. It's just like I don't even know. I don't know. The 3.5 comes to mind. Oh wait, hold on. What? Hold on. What? Hold on. Am I supposed to rank them like 1 to 5 or like?
Oh no.
We have 5 pictures.
Oh no. All I'm asking you is just how do you say it? on a scale 1 to 5, how would you rate it? Basically,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my bad. That's
Yeah.
on me.
4. 3.5,
So
4.
3.5, 3.5, 4. Okay, I got you. All right. So this is from the same person, Lamborghini Landon. Yeah. So there's his media day photo. By the way, that's real fire. By the way, Jace, that's real fire. So what are your thoughts on this? So in a scale 1 to 5, how would you rate it?
I'll give it a. See, the fire would go to like the visor, the fire, everything would be a 5, but it's just the arm sleeve, like it's like loose, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it gotta be, arm sleeves. You gotta be tight on your arm, you know. So I give it a 4.2.
4.2. Okay, 4.2. Okay, that's the highest one. By the way, that's Lamborghini Landon, guys. He's episode 78. So you guys want to check out that episode 78. All right, so now here's one of my co-hosts that's one of my co-hosts, guys. Camden Harzinski. He's a 5th grader who made his middle school team over there in Franklin Academy in South Florida. That was basically his promotion video. That's basically his promotional video, basically him making the team. So, Jay, so what do you thought? So, what on a scale 1 to 5, how would you rate that?
The finger, the boss man on the finger is like a 4, and then the shoes, like the logo, I'll give it a 4. A 4.
4. All right. All right. 4, 4, 4. All right. All right. So this is all right. So that's Tate Medina, one of my guys that I interviewed from Texas. He's a linebacker, really good defensive player. He has high aspirations of playing college football. High aspirations of playing college football. Yeah, so that's Tate Medina during his media day photos. So on a scale 1 to 5, how would you rate this, Jace?
I would rate this a. The gloves are tough. You got a visor. I'll give it like a 4.7. 4.7.
4.7. All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, this photo's covering both of us, unfortunately. So apologies for that. But all right. So 4.7, Jace.
Yeah,
All right.
4.7.
All right. So now here's a photo that's not going to cover both of us. This is Remy Payne from episode 68. My co-host basically said that he framed how do you say this? He got the picture from a video, so he basically tried to get it right in frame. It took him a long time to get it right in frame, and he got it right in frame. It took him a long time, but he got it. So, Jason, what are your thoughts from 1 to 5, scale on a 1 through 5?
He got similar hair to me.
All right.
I'll give it a. I don't even know, like a I don't know, like a 3.6. 3.6.
3.6. Okay. All right. All right. So last one. This is JD Duffy. That's his picture right there. He was from episode. Let me see. He was from episode. He was one of our previous guests. So what do you rate that from a scale of that from a 1 to 5?
I got one question. Is that AI?
I don't know the backstory behind this, to be honest. But I don't know, to be honest. I don't know if that's AI, but according to my co-host, he said that's the kid JD Duffy. That's all I know.
I mean, to me, it looks AI. I don't. I give that a. I'll give it a 4 because
Okay.
it looks AI.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. When I first saw this, when I first saw this, I thought it was AI too. So same reaction as you, Jace. I thought this was AI, and I was trying to figure out like who is that, and then my co-host told me that was him, and he didn't tell me if it was AI or not. So I guess you can probably ask him if when he gets in here, because he's gonna get in here most likely during the show. But I don't know if that's AI, but all I know is that that's JD Duffy, one of our previous guests. All right, so now let's get into your pictures, Jay. Sorry, so now let's get into your pictures. So basically, I'm gonna just show you pictures. I'll give a little story about it, and all right. So just give a little story about it, and just like that. All right. All right, let's go. So this is your first picture. So give a little story about this.
This is one of my recent tournaments. It was a wood bat, one of the like top tournaments in the nation. We went down to like the Maryland's training fields for field training. I did good this tournament. I got the elite hitter, I think it's called. I was
Yeah.
like top 10, top 5. I think top 5, I think. And yeah, I mean, I did really good this tournament.
It definitely sounds like Tyler's a big fan of you, according to the comments. Definitely sounds like he's a big fan of you. All right, moving on. All right, so here's a picture of you. So give a little story about this, a little background.
This was I think the first tournament of on my new Canes team in 12U, the fall. That's was still when I was using that ice cream glove. I mean, it was a fun tournament for sure.
All right, so do you know where was the tournament at, or no?
It was in Myrtle Beach, I think. Somewhere
Beach,
in
right.
Myrtle Beach. I don't remember.
Myrtle Beach. All right. You said something about the glove that you nicknamed like the ice cream glove. So why is it called like ice cream?
Cause it was cause that's my glove brand. Like I made an ice cream glove of it. It was like, yeah, it was ice cream sprinkles. It was my infield glove back then.
Gotcha. And also, by the way, Jace, if you want to give as many shout outs as you can, during the episode, if you want to give shout outs, you can. Like you can give as many shout outs as you can. All right. If you want to shout out your brand, your NIL, your sponsorships, want to shout out any friends, any teammates that you see on the photos, you can. All right. All right. So let's move on here. So this is you. So give a little story about this one.
This was my second picture for the Zilla national team that I made in this year. And this picture was taken last year from the last Zilla. And I mean, I don't really have to say anything about it. It's just me in the Zilla background.
Gotcha. All right. Let's move on. So there's you, an action picture here. So give a little story behind this.
This was during the first tournament too. It was back when I was using DeMarinis. I think this was a swing I had a home run on. I don't remember. But yeah, it was just the first tournament of the year with the Canes.
All right, first tournament of the year. So how was your experience like during your first tournament of the year with your team, Canes?
It was really fun. We were just playing around all the time, beating up on teams. It was very fun.
Yeah. There's nothing like beating up on other teams. That's very fun. In any sport, basketball, football, baseball. That's definitely so fun. All right, let's move on here. All right. So this is you pitching. So give a little story behind this one.
This was the tournament I did good on, the World Woodbat Classic tournament, and I hit 81, my PR, and 60-90 this weekend. And that's my friend in the background, Tyler Bellish. Shout out to him. And yeah, it was me. I hit 81 this tournament pitching.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Tyler's telling me, ask him if you have any sponsors. So, do you have any sponsors?
I'm sponsored by Easton.
By
So we
Easton.
all.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, all right. All right, let's move on here. All right. All right, so this is you. So give a little story behind this one.
This was, I think, it was like the first inning. I mean, there's no really backstory to it. It was just me running around in third, about to score. Yeah, we were locked in this game.
Yeah. All right. All right. Did he score?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely scored.
Definitely scored. I got you. I got you. Did you read Tyler's question in the chat?
What did he say? I don't even know what he said. My fault, but why that boy run like that? Okay, he's just hating now.
Yeah, I know. He's hating like crazy. He's hating, and he also he's a fan of you at the same time. I don't know. All right. So let's move on here. All right. So this is you pitching. So give a little story behind this one.
I was wearing my glove brand Winston vibe, and I was pitching. This was the same inning when I hit 81 in the Woodbat tournament. I did good. I mean, I could have done better, but I mean, I hit 81. So
Okay, that's cool. All right. Was this at Myrtle Beach too, or was this a different tournament?
this was in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay.
Yeah, with the Maryland's and like Washington's Palm Beach. Yeah, it was Florida Palm Beach.
Palm Beach.
Thanks.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Let's move on to your next clip. So give a little story behind this one.
Oh yeah, I think the same exact ending. I hit 81 in. Wearing the glove or my glove, my brand. Yeah, I was locked in for a couple batters and then I fell off. But I mean, I still got out of the inning with 0 runs allowed.
Okay. Yeah. That's most important. If you don't allow no runs, hey, there you go. All right. Moving on. All right. So this is you most likely base running. So give a little story behind this one.
This was in the first tournament this year in the fall, and we're playing up 14U. And I think this was I think this was the second day on Sunday. And I think one of my teammates said something up in the air, and I was looking at it running. I don't know what it was, though.
Gotcha. All right. I gotcha. All right. All right. So let's move on. All right. So this is you most likely at third base, most likely. So give a little story behind this one.
Yeah, I was at third. I think this was – I don't remember what happened. I think it was the first tournament, too. I think it was the second day. I might have got a triple. I don't remember, though.
Okay, for sure. Tyler's asking, didn't you hit a bomb in that tournament?
Yes, I hit a bomb that tournament.
Okay. All right, that's cool. All right. So here's you as a catcher. Okay, so I'm seeing pitcher, I'm seeing hitter, I'm seeing catcher. Okay, so give a little story behind this one.
That was me at Select Fest waiting because this was when we were catching BP, and I was waiting for my catcher for my turn up, and they were just taking pictures of everybody.
I'll take pictures of everybody. All right, that's cool. All right. Let's move on to this one. All right. By the way, and I love the uniforms. You know, I'm loving the uniform, the glove, the sliding glove, and the gloves in general. Very colorful. So give me a little story behind this one.
This was when after I got walked in Select Fest, and my guy hit a ground ball to the second baseman, and I was sprinting as hard as I can. And I don't really slide feet first in the game, and this was actually when I slid feet first.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, yeah, because during the World Series, I was actually watching the World Series, and I started seeing these baseball players wearing that glove, you know, and I was thinking like, why are they wearing the glove? But like now I was like, oh, they're probably sliding in art hand first instead of feet first. So Jay, so is there really a difference between sliding hand first and then feet first?
I think running, sliding head first is like when you're trying to be safe, like diving into third or second. But like sliding feet first is like when they're turning a double play, and you just like slide feet first into second base to not get like hurt or anything, or for them to not step on your hand, and like you slide feet first into home to like not get popped in the mouth. Because like when we were at Select Fest, one of the catchers dove feet first, or not feet first, dove head first into his home plate, and he got popped in the mouth and couldn't play.
All right, all right. Tyler has a question for you in the chat if you can see it.
Um, yeah. I made Select Fest. Ask Jace how did he mix. Okay, I made Select Fest by just in 11U and 12U. You have to like do good in tournaments and go to like the big tournaments, and that's how you make Select Fest. And then 13U and 14U, you have to go to like the showcase to make Select Fest. So I'm gonna have to go to that big showcase to make Select Fest this year.
All right, all right, all right, all right. So here's your next picture. So give me a story behind this one.
I think this was when I was warming up my pitcher before the game, and yeah, we were just laughing the whole time, cracking jokes.
All right, all right. So was this before the game?
Yes, this was before the game.
Before. Okay, gotcha. All right. So here's your picture here. So there's what happened.
This was the profile picture that they had to take of everybody, and I kind of like trying not to laugh, and now my face was like inwards. And Tyler in the chat, he has my number for my teammates.
Yeah.
And he has that same exact picture in his camera roll and sends it to me.
Oh, really? He tried not to laugh on here. On there. And I guess he's talking about the picture. He tried not to laugh. Okay. I got you. All right, so now let's move on. All right, so there's another picture of you. So give a little story behind this one.
This was, they took a picture of me because this was after I won the home run derby, and I think this was after the home run derby, and they took a picture of me in the little locker room they had.
Yeah.
And yeah, the war games were so fun.
All right, that's cool. And the bat that you showed during the show and tell, is that the same bat in this picture, or was that a different one?
No, the bat that I showed was the bat that I won.
Oh.
When I won the home run derby, that was my trophy for winning the home run derby, and that bat was the bat that I used to win the home run derby.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Now here's this picture. Yes, it's covering us both, unfortunately. But so give a little story behind this one.
But this was literally like a second after, because I was like the second person, no, the third person to hit, and as soon as the last person got out, they sprayed water all over me, and then I sprinted to center field, and then they tackled me in center field.
That tackled you. It's nothing like getting a water shower from your teammates. Yeah, man, that's so cool. All right. So let's move on. All right, so there's you. I'm assuming that's the bat that you showed to us earlier. So give a little story behind this one.
This was after I got drenched in water. I don't know why I look like that. I do not look like that, but that's when after I got drenched in water and everybody was tackling me.
Uh, all right. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So here's I'm assuming a promotional one, a promotional post about you. So give a little story behind this.
This was the profile picture of. They put like that picture up when I made Select Fest, because they do it every year. Like it's pretty much the same thing as the Zilla one, but it's just Select Fest, and they chose like a random picture from my Instagram and put it up on there.
All right, that's cool. Tyler has a question in the chat. If we have time, I'm gonna put a link in the chat so that you guys can tune in. So you guys can come in the studio and talk to Jace. That's only if we have time. So that's only if we have time. So if we have time, I'll put a link in the chat and you guys can join in. All right, Tyler. All right. So here's you as a catcher. So give me a little story behind this one.
This was, I think, this was the first year of Zilla, the first game, and I was catching, and the guy just struck out, and I just tossed the ball back to the pitcher. It was a fun moment, like just catching the best in the nation.
Okay. So all right. So where was this tournament?
It was Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. All right. So how is it like playing in Las Vegas? Because I've been to Las Vegas, and when I walked outside, that the heat over there is not like Florida heat. Like it's not humidity. Like it's like a desert type of heat. So how would you describe your experience of the Las Vegas weather? Playing outside in baseball. How is it like playing in that Las Vegas weather?
I mean, it was really hot outside. I remember just sitting down every time I got into the dugout, and the dugouts were small. And every time in Las Vegas, I remember just like walking downstairs and trying to go get something to eat in the hotel, and just like getting hit by like the smoke and stuff from the casinos.
Yeah, Larry. Because when I was in the airport, when I landed into Vegas, when I walked outside the airport, it was whew, Larry, that burst of heat, Larry, hit my face. I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm not in Florida no more. Like this is desert heat now.
Airport.
What happened, JC? Got cut off. What happened?
There were not desert. There was casinos everywhere in the airport.
Oh yeah. Las Vegas, there's casinos everywhere. There's slots everywhere. It's home to casinos over there in Las Vegas. Said we have. So can I join even? Yeah. Yes, Tyler. Yes. If you want to join, yes. You can use your phone. So and as long as you have a device, that can access the link and that has a camera and a mic, you're good. All right. And if it's a phone, yeah, a phone's good. Phone's good. All right. There's a picture of you. So give a little story behind this.
This was the profile picture of when I got what is it called? Selected for the War Games. And just like Zilla and Select Fest, they took a picture from my Instagram and they put their background against it, showcasing and like posted it showcasing how I made the War Games, the Rawlings Army team.
War Games. Okay, so where was this War Games thing?
It was in Florida. I forgot where it was. It was like at the USSSA stadium.
Okay.
I don't know where.
Oh yeah, the USSSA stadium. Yeah, and I heard that's a big stadium over there, the Space Coast, over there in Florida. Yeah, and I heard that's a big time place for baseball in Florida, the USSSA Stadium in the Space Coast. I heard that's a big time
Yeah,
stadium.
baseball and men's softball. Cause my dad used to play men's softball, and he used to play there all the time.
Men's softball, and is that a thing? Men's
Yeah,
softball.
yeah, slow pitch softball. Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Okay.
like throw the ball really high in the air.
Tyler has a question for you in the chat.
My favorite meme.
Favorite. Okay.
Mm, I don't know. It's probably like the baby meme. Like it's like when the baby he like walks up and like looks at the camera like that. It's one of my favorite. I don't know if you know it.
Oh,
It's new.
like he's over at the water fountain or something like that, or like.
I don't know. It was like it's some like AI baby because like it was some AI baby that just walks up and just like that.
Oh no.
I don't know what it is.
Tyler gets it. He said, "I got you. I got you." All right. All right. So here's a picture of you here. So give a little story behind this one.
That's I think I stole the bag. This was one of the first games of Zilla in Las Vegas too, and I got walked my first at bat, and I stole second on the first pitch, and I dove into second.
Okay. Oh, I saw you stole a base. So how was it like stealing a base?
I mean, it's like I got happy because I stole the base in front of Blake Snell, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was really like I didn't want to do anything bad in front of him.
Are you good? Okay. Tyler has a question for you. Tyler has a question for you, chat. In the chat. Tyler, you're good with the questions. You're good. You're good. You know, keep up with the questions. You're good.
Ask Tyler or not. Ask Jace his favorite Canes Nation teammate is. My favorite Canes Nation teammate. Either Isaiah Webster, you might not know him, Tyler Bellish, or Eli Craven.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. All right. All right. All right. So let's move on to your next picture. All right. So okay. So we're now switching gears to football. Okay. So give a little story behind this one. Are you being a quarterback?
This was my first ever game, like actually starting because I had another QB that used to start and then I used to sub in a little bit. But this was my first ever game, like actually starting as a QB. And I think I threw maybe like a 35, 40-yard pass right there.
Okay. Very good. So how is it like, playing in your first start? Like, how is it like playing in your first game as a starter?
I keep on forgetting the word. What is it? I didn't want to mess up. I don't know how to say that. I forgot what it was. I didn't want to mess up. Like, I didn't want to lose my job on the first game. And it was like my third ever football game. So like, I really didn't know like what to do.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah, the first game nerves, the fear of failure, basically.
Yeah.
All right, I gotcha. All right, so there's you, okay, with that running speed, all right, that running motion. All right, so give a little background behind this one.
This was a game that I hosted at the high school. Cause last year the team that we played hosted at their high school, so we hosted it at our high school, and I think it was like the second touchdown. It was something, but I got a hole and I took it and I blew past them. I blew past them and I got a touchdown there.
Oh, he scored a touchdown. All right. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. There you go. All right, here's the last picture. So there's you in football. So give a little story behind this one.
This was probably no. This was the third game, the one that I first started in, and
Yeah.
this because I used to start QB and be kickoff return and be DB, and I think I was walking. I think the coach called a timeout, and I was walking off to the sideline.
Okay, that's cool. All right. All right. So that picture was the same as this one, correct?
Yes.
All right, gotcha. All right, Jay. So very good show and tell so far. We got to the first two parts. We saw your accomplishments. We saw your awards, and then we saw your pictures. Now we're gonna go into the third portion of the show and tell, which is the video. So before we do that, the same thing we did with the pictures, the scale 1 out of 5. Um, Tyler has a question for you in the chat. Wait.
See, you guys like prefer iPhone and stuff. Like iPhone's like the big deal. Like, but my Samsung, right? My Samsung's better. Samsung's better. So, I get bullied because I have a Samsung, but I don't care. Samsung is better. I don't care about FaceTime. I have Snapchat.
You got Snapchat? Hey, Tyler, what do you prefer, Samsung or iPhone?
He prefers iPhone, definitely.
Oh, he prefers iPhone. Hey, I'm on his side. I'm iPhone. I'm team iPhone. I got an iPhone right here myself. So, yeah, so you're alone on this one, Jace. Yeah, me and Tyler, we both got iPhones. Yep, there you go. Clarified in the chat. Shout out Tyler with the iPhone. All right. All right, so let's go with the video. So same thing what we did with the photos, with the scale from 1 to 5. We're gonna do the same thing for the videos. All right, Jay. So all right, so let's start with the first video. This is from one of our previous guests, Jalen Rees, one of our previous guests.
Out of the way.
Okay, I have 3 things to say, Jace. First of all, Tyler sent a message in the chat to check your text messages when you're free. He doesn't want to interrupt the segment, so we'll move on. Second of all, my co-host has a question for you. If you can read the chat, my co-host actually has a question for you.
This podcast definitely has more questions, but the slide podcast, I don't remember what happened on there. I think it was easier for me because I had my sister and she had some questions too, so I didn't have to answer so much. But I mean, this podcast is fun. I like this podcast a lot.
For sure. Thank you, Jace. By the way, my co-host said he's joking. You didn't need to answer that. So why did you put in the chat, Tony? Why did you put in the chat? Of course, I'm going to see it and tell Jace to read the question. Of course. Okay. Third thing. How would you rate the video from 1 to 5?
I mean, how old is he? I got a question. How old is he?
Ooh, he's like middle school. I'm gonna say. I believe he's middle school. He's class of 2032.
Okay, so he's 6th grade. I give it like a. I mean, he's pretty good at basketball. I'm not gonna lie. I give it I give it a 4. A 4.
4. Okay.
Compared to like. Well, no, I'm not gonna compare him to my team, but he's pretty good.
Is that it? Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's get into this next video. From CJ, one of our previous guests from Florida. Okay. So, oh, there's the move right there. It's on mute. So if you want to talk over it, you can.
Mhm.
All right. So what are your thoughts on that, Jace? 1 out of 5.
I mean, he looks young. I think I'd give that a 4.5. I mean, it's he looks like he's like 5 foot maybe, and that's like the rim's 10 foot. So like when you're younger, you really got to make your shots. Cause like I remember when I like played basketball in like 5th grade, like rec ball, I was horrible. But this year I can actually make shots because I'm taller now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd give it a 4.5 because you still gotta like get it up there.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. All right. All right. All right. So let's move on. So this is, by the way, my brother. By the way, this next clip, Christian Rios. One of our previous guests. I interviewed my brother back in episode 6. Yeah. So I'm gonna just show you the video. That's, by the way, my
Was that a
mom.
buzzer beater?
Yeah, that was a Yeah, that was a game-winning buzzer beater right there. Yeah. So rate at 1 out of 5.
See, I'll give that one since it was a buzzer beater and he blew past his defender and off of one leg in motion, I give it like a 4.8.
4.0. So
4.8.
4.8. Okay, gotcha.
8.
All right. All right. So this next guest, Kaysen Velez, the first soccer guest that my co-host interviewed. This is his goal. So yeah. So it's 5 seconds. So you guys got to keep your eyes open because it's 5 seconds.
Yes, Casey!
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. See,
So what do you
I thought he was gonna hit like a bicycle.
Oh, bicycle.
I'll give it like maybe like a 3.8 because I mean it's a header. Like I thought he was gonna like bicycle kick it, I mean it's still hard to hit a header, but like it's a header. It was still a good goal, but
I got you. All right. So this next clip is Jordan Stevens from Florida. Yeah. So.
Oh, good D, baby! Oh! Oh, let's go!
All right. So what are your thoughts on that?
I'd give that a 4. A 4. I mean that he got the steal. He got the steal. Spin move layup. Okay. I mean, that's a 4. That was a good layup.
Gotcha. All right. So this next clip, Keelan Hollowell from Texas. He had a pretty good layup, so I'm gonna just let you watch it. 1 out of 5.
Well, can you replay? It was kind of glitchy.
Okay, I got you. All right. It's 6 seconds.
Okay. I remember my friend in my neighborhood. He used to do those type of layups. It was fun watching him do that. I'd give that like I mean, that's impressive. I'll give it like a 4.7. 4.7.
Okay, 4.7. Okay, so no 5s given. Okay, so those 5s are pretty not how do you say it? It's earned, not given. I'm just say that, right? Those facts gotta be earned
Mhm.
from you, right? Gotcha. All right, so those are the videos. So those are the videos that we'll show in our 100th episode. Now we're gonna show your videos now. So we'll see. Can these videos make our 100th episode? We're gonna see. So let's play this first video. Let's play this first video, 28 seconds long. So let's go. So give me a story of that.
That was at the high school game I was talking about, and I threw it. I think I threw it off my back foot. I threw the ball maybe 40 yards in the air. I mean, it was a good throw. That was probably my best throw I've ever had in football.
Yeah, for sure. That throw was wow. Like the arc it had, that was insane. That was an insane throw. That was a very good throw. It was a catch. He had a good gain. Hey, that was a very good throw, Jace. Very good throw. All right, so let's go to this next clip. 19 seconds.
Yeah, I'm one of them one. I don't mean the two, I mean the one.
Ooh, the thing has music. Yeah, because we're not allowed to play music because of copyright reasons. So I don't know. I guess my co-host forgot to mute it. So shoot. Okay, so I'm just skip it, and then when my co-host comes, he can solve it. So here's the next clip. 5 seconds, guys. So listen up, eyes up. Here's 5 seconds. Wow, that was a quick one. Okay, so explain to me that clip.
That was, I think that was the first at bat of the wood bat tournament that I did good in, and I hit a triple. I barreled that ball up. I think I hit the ball maybe 310 on a line because the fields were 380.
Okay.
Well, no, I think like 3 hopped the wall. No, I don't know, but it got close to the wall.
Okay. All right, for sure. It's pretty big hit there. Pretty big hit. All right, let's move on. 14 seconds. Guess my co-host forgot to mute these. So, but I'm assuming that was from the home run derby. I'm assuming that was from the so give me a little story behind that clip.
That was in the last round of the home run derby, and I mean, I went off on the last because we had 10 outs to do it.
Yeah.
And
okay.
I had 6 in a row. It was good because the fields were 275. So it was, I mean, off BP, it's decent. I had every ball 300 feet though.
Okay, I got you. All right. Yeah, yeah, pretty good clip there. Not 1, not 2, not 3. It went on a row there of hits. All right, so let's move on. Oh wow, what a hit that was! I heard that. So give me a little story behind that one. You got a little scouting report there with it. So give me a little story about this one.
I hit that ball it was barreled up. I think it was either up the middle or 5-6 hole. I don't know, but I barreled that ball up. I mean, that was probably one of the hardest hit balls I had that weekend.
Okay. All right. All right, so let's move on here to 20 seconds. All right, 20 seconds. So. My gosh, why is this? Wait, what happened? Tyler, there's a question in the chat by Tyler. So if you can see it.
It sounds good. Sort of hurts a lot right now. I can ask him.
Oh, oh my
Oh
gosh.
my.
Dr. Jace. All right, Dr. Jace, what should Tyler, relieve the pain with?
Um, just don't use it. I mean, when I got Little League shoulder, like I went to physical therapy all the time and stretched it all the time. Just all you gotta do is stretch and just don't use it. Like if you keep overdoing it, you're gonna get something major like I had.
Okay. All right, Dr. Jace, thank you. Yeah, just got to stretch that shoulder, Tyler. You got to stretch that shoulder. Don't use it. Just rest it. 'Cause if you use it, it's going to hurt more. So, all right. So let's move on. I don't know why my co-host didn't take out the music because, we don't want to get copyrighted. So let's see. See 9 seconds.
My name is Jace Winston. I live in Fuquay, North Carolina, and I can play everywhere.
Okay, that was a short clip. So give me a little story behind that one.
That was when I got interviewed for like Select Fest. You have to cause I think on Select Fest it got recorded and like posted on YouTube or like recorded live, and like when we came up with the bat or something, I don't know, like it popped up like the interview like of me saying like my name and like where I'm from and stuff and where I play, and that was just like when everybody was getting interviewed, and they just told me like to say some like stuff about yourself.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so pretty much like one of those, promotional thingies, pretty much, right? So Tyler said I might need Tommy John. Nah, you don't, bro. Nah, you don't. Tommy John, that's a painful surgery. Nah, you don't need it. You don't need it, Tyler. You don't need it. Just rest it. I want to put ice on it. I don't know. Put ice. Then don't use it. Don't use it at all. Okay. Okay. 23 seconds long. So, all right. Eyes open. Let's go.
25 Oregon home run derby champion, first one of the kind, bro. Congratulations.
Okay, Jace. So give me a little story behind that one.
That's when the picture happened. Like as soon as that last guy got out, they started spraying me with water, and they kept chasing me down. They didn't show the whole clip, but they kept chasing me down to center field and tackled me. And that was when I got the bat when I won the homer derby.
Gotcha. All right. So you won the home run derby, and you won that bat that you showed earlier on the show and tell. That bat, All right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's move on here to 19 seconds. What a dinger that was, dinger. All right, Jay. So give me a little story behind this one, behind that clip.
Hold on, can you replay it?
Yeah, I got you.
Can you replay? I didn't see it.
Oh wait, so were you the one?
It was the it was the one in like middle, like in the middle of the season, playing like close to home. It was like an hour away maybe, and the ball was hit hard in the gap, and I sprinted as fast as I can and caught the ball in the gap. I mean, it was a hard play to make.
Oh, so you were on the field team, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, and I thought you were hidden there. And I thought you were hidden.
Yeah, I was.
You were fielding?
Uh,
Okay, I got you. All right, 48
yeah, I was in
seconds.
center field.
Oh, you were center field. Okay, I got you. All right, here's 48 seconds. Okay, so give me a little story behind that one.
So the game before that, I hit 2 home runs, and that game, the first at bat, I hit the ball over the trees, dead center, and then they intentionally walked me, and then I stole every bag on like 5 pitches.
Oh, wow, yeah, because when I saw that, when I saw the caption, it said they intentionally walked you, and then you just stole 2 bases. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. All right, that's a good clip there. All right, so let's move on here to 15 seconds.
Mirror, that's how I compete. Now I gotta tell him you not in my league. Whoa, I don't ever wanna fit in, I'ma stand out. And I never was given no handout. Everything been a part of my plan now. Cause I do what.
Okay, Jace. So what? So give me a little story behind that clip.
Yeah. I'm so laggy right now, but the it was like a low outside pitch, and the guy stole me, and I think I had like a 1.7 pop time on that, and that was probably like one of the hardest, like the quickest pop times I've ever had right there.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. All right, so let's get into your next clip. 11 seconds. Let's get into 11 seconds here.
There you go.
2 strikeouts right there. That's a strikeout. So Jace. All right, Jace. So give me a little story behind this video.
Hold on, I'm lagging right now. I can't. My screen's frozen.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm seeing that right now. Yeah. Your screen is definitely lagging right now. But we can still hear you though. I can still hear you. So yeah. The only thing lacking is the video. So so all right. So can you give me a little story behind that clip right there? Jace.
Kids in like black uniforms.
Jace, can you repeat that all over again because you got cut off?
I couldn't see it because I'm like lagging right now. I'm trying to change the Wi-Fi, but was it me striking out kids in the black uniform?
Do you want me to play the clip again, or do you want me to play it again?
Wait, I'm good now.
Okay, yeah.
I'm good now. You can play it again.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the tournament the wood bat tournament that I hit good in, and the one that I hit 81 in, and I think I struck out the first 2 batters, and then like I did horrible against the other 3. I think I like walked, but I got out of the inning with 0 runs allowed, but I just walked a lot of people, but I still hit 81, so that's all I care about right now.
All right, I got you. Got you. All right. All right, so let's go to this next clip. 41 seconds.
This the come up, this the way we gonna light it up and smoke 'em out. All or nothing, blood is in the cutting, echo of the storm in the clouds. On the rise, in the dawning of the time, feel the marching of the drum on the.
Okay, Jay, so give me a little story behind that one.
So that was the first tournament of the 13U season or the fall season, and we were playing up in 14U, trying to get ready for the wood bat tournament that I was talking about. And my first at bat, I had a home run on 300-foot fields with BB core, and I got surprised because I didn't think I was gonna hit a home run. I'm being honest.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. All right. Yeah. The thing said using like BBCOR. So what does that stand for?
BB core.
Oh, BB core. Gotcha. All right. All right. All right. So let's move on to your next clip. 35 seconds. 35.
So innocent.
Okay. Give me a little story behind that one. Pretty good hit. Pretty good hit to center field.
Yeah. That tournament, I hit like 2 other balls off the wall that I could have got out, but I barreled up that ball. They were playing in on me too. I don't know why. And I barreled it up, hit it off the wall, burned them, and then when I got the second, I had the celebration with Tyler Bellish at the same exact time.
That's Tyler in the chat.
This is a different Tyler. Tyler Bellish is other guys on my baseball team.
Okay, gotcha. All right, all right. All right, so let's play your next clip. 46 seconds.
Potentially to that pull sign. Pick it first. How about that? It feels like all day these runners have been able to sneak back in barely, but not that time as Rayburn was erased on the throw from Winston.
Yeah, real quick footwork out of the crouch right there. Threw a strike to the first baseman, Yo, and got the runner there sleeping.
Boy, as a catcher, that's a dream scenario, isn't it, for a Select Fest or for an All-Star game? And Garcia is going to take a nasty pitch for strike 3.
Okay. So, all right. So, give me a little story behind that one.
The guy on first, kept on trying to test me. He get so off, far off the bag. And, I took that personal, So I threw it back there and got him.
Yeah.
And then right after that, I struck him out, or he struck the guy out, and then I threw it to third, and I overthrew him.
I got you. Hey, man. How's it like playing, with televised, with commentators and stuff? Because and I thought that was pretty cool.
From last year when I did it, I was a little nervous, but this year, I'm used to it now. So, I'm not really nervous, but it's a cool experience to be on TV while playing baseball.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Really cool indeed. All right, so let's move on to next clip, minute 6.
Okay, let's go.
Ooh, let's go, baby! Happy birthday, Jace!
Good birthday, kiddo. That was bad.
Go back, Jace!
Okay, work. Good birthday, kiddo.
Okay, so Jace, so give me a little story about behind that one. You know, on your birthday, you got a walk-off home run.
Yeah, it was fun because on that other team, I was playing against some of my friends that I still talk to now. And I mean, it was just experience hitting a home run on my birthday. And then the guy that was mad at the end is behind me, and I always walk off the game on like mercy rule, and he's always mad. And his birthday is like, my birthday's on May 4th, and his birthday's on May 5th.
Okay, interesting. Tyler has a question for you in the chat.
It was one experience. I mean, we should have won the game. If I pitched like a little bit better, we could have won the game. But I mean, it was fun playing against my friends from baseball and playing against Pottstown. I mean, it was an experience because I was playing against like a big content, like I forgot what it's called, a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, I'm not usually nervous playing like on TV and stuff.
Gotcha. All right. So let's play this next clip. 49 seconds long. Okay, so give me a story behind that clip, that video.
My friend Eli Craven, he was in right field, and yeah, he was in right field, and I don't know why he took a while throwing that ball, but when he did, he threw a laser at me, and it was a one hop, so I had to shuffle back, and I made a good tag on him. But I mean, it was a good play.
All right, yeah, for sure. You know, you got the catch, made the tag, boom, out right there. All right, so let's move on to your next clip. I think we play this one is 19 seconds long, so. Yeah, I believe we play that one. This one I believe we haven't played it. It's 58 seconds.
Let's go. Good pitch, Jace. Good pitch, baby. Let's go. Be smooth. Yeah, Jace. Good job, kid. One more right here.
Come on, Jace.
All right, baby. Get it right here.
Three strikeouts. Jace, your story behind this one. So where was this tournament at, and give your little side to the story.
I don't remember where it exactly is at, but it's in Florida somewhere. No, Panama City.
Panama. Okay.
And I was playing against, like Tyler asked me the question about it, against Pottstown. That was the same exact time I was pitching against Pottstown, and I mean it was just one experience. I mean I did good against on TV. I mean it brought out my name even more,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. All right. So give me a little story about that one.
That was the picture day of Zilla with Blake Snell. I mean that picture day was fun. I mean I was hanging out with all my friends. And right after that picture day, we got like a fun practice. And I mean, Zilla was a experience.
Yeah. Tyler, this is StreamYard. It's not Zoom or Google Meet. This is StreamYard. So in order to get in here, I'll just send the link. So I don't know if we're gonna have time, but I guess we'll see. All right. Here's the next clip. 32 seconds.
Yeah, Jay?
Let's go! Yeah!
Wow, that was fast. That was fast. Jace, so give me a little story behind that clip.
That was the first at bat of that wood bat tournament that I did good in, and I had a triple over the line drive over the left fielder's head. I mean, I barreled up that ball. I mean, I could have got more on it. I don't know why I halfway swung, but it was still a good piece.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You ran pretty fast, across those bases. You were zooming. You were zooming from first, second, third. Man, you were zooming. All right, so let's move on to this next clip. 31 seconds.
I got good news. Been killing it lately. I'm in a good mood. Go as far as I wanted, just like a rook move. Wasn't giving up a spot, so we took two. Look, I don't force waves. I just put them like the moon do. Always on the ball, and they felt it like a pool cue. Just got off a call with the CEO of YouTube. Came a long way from a few views. Excuse you. Rock and roll with it, baby, like I'm a Osborne. Everything calm, what I got a shot for.
Give me your side of the story on that one, Jace.
That was one of the pictures we were talking about. It was at the high school. It was like 4th and 20, and we set up like just a run and play. Yeah, that picture. Yeah. And I mean, I just found a hole and I just went to it, and they couldn't touch me.
Yeah, for sure. Once again, you were zooming in that play. You were zooming once again. Where's that speed come from, man? You're fast. You're zooming.
I mean, I don't even know. Probably my dad.
Your dad. Pass through the genes. Shout out to dad. Before this show is over, I'm gonna need your dad or your mom to pop in because YouTube guidelines. So before the show, it could be later on. It could be later on, but it's got to be at the end of the show, or it's got to be before the end of the show, right? For them to pop in because YouTube guidelines. Got to have them pop in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, so let's move on to your next clip. Here. So your next clip is 58 seconds long. All right.
Rookie of the Year is an award I love to give out to 7th graders, and we've had a couple special 7th graders this year. It's not very often that I start a seventh grader in football. It doesn't really usually happen. We had a couple of them that took the stride this year. And while Kamara Johnson did a fantastic job and definitely made some strides and did amazing work towards the end of the year, and I'm very excited to see where Kamara goes. I think Rookie of the Year belongs to one man and one man only. The guy who put on the show every he touched the football. Give it up for Jace Winston.
Okay, so a little story behind that background.
That was when I won the Rookie of the Year for football, and as he said, that was my first year playing football, and I mean, I did pretty good that year.
Okay, yeah, for sure. You know, you won that award, Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, congrats. You won that during your seventh grade year. Wait,
Yes,
which is the year that you're in right now, right?
Yes, because we can't play middle school sports until 7th and 8th grade.
Gotcha. All right. Tyler has a question for you in the chat. If you can see it.
My favorite baseball moments. My favorite baseball moments is probably my double that I had in Select Fest in 11U Select Fest.
All right, Tyler, there's your answer. Okay. We got two more clips. We got two more. Okay, so here's one, 20 seconds. Okay, so give me a little story behind that clip.
I was QBing and it was a passing play, and the line just collapsed instantly. So I just ran to the sideline and took off. And the referee called me out of bounds, even though I was like that far away from the line.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just outpaced everybody.
Yeah, for sure. You know, you went up that sideline and then some people blocked the view, so I couldn't really see, if you were in bounds or not. But yeah, man, you went down that sideline. I'm assuming you use your speed. You use your speed down that sideline. So I'm pretty sure you went pretty far. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you went pretty far. But I don't know if you stepped out. So I don't know. Okay, so last clip, 19 seconds. So let's play.
Yeah, I'm one of them one. I don't mean the two, I mean the one. Yeah, I can call God and get it done. Yeah, I'm one of them one. I don't mean the two, I mean the one.
All right, so give me a little backstory behind that one, Jace.
That was the same as that game, and it was like a 35-yard pass, and I threw it off my back foot too. I just flicked the ball. I don't know how it went that far, but I mean, it was a bucket. It was right in his hands.
All right, yeah, for sure. All right, so I think that's it for the video portion. Yeah, should be, yeah. All right, so that's it for the video portion. Very good videos, Jace. What I took away, usually when my co-host is here, he usually comes to me. He usually asks me, give me a little take. Usually asked me to basically tell you how I felt about those videos, and hey man, you're fast. I'm gonna just say that, Jace. You're fast. You're pretty tall for your age. Hey man, if you keep up that speed, keep up that athleticism into high school, man. Hey man, you're gonna be a real threat for. You're gonna be a real threat. Obviously you played basketball. Do you take basketball for fun, or are you planning to take that like for real in high school?
For fun. I'm probably gonna take football for fun too.
Okay, so basically you want to take like baseball for real in high school.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, all right. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Just keep on going. Obviously in baseball, uh, you can use that athleticism. By being fast. Around those bases. Using that strength to hit the ball. Hit the ball for home runs and stuff. And yeah, man. Keep up your speed. Keep up that athleticism. Keep up that hard work, and then in no time, that offer is gonna come in no time when you're in high school. All right. So keep on working, Jace. All right. Tyler, unfortunately, we're kind of over the time limit here, Tyler. So unfortunately, we won't be taking calls, unfortunately, because time, is a little bit over the limit. But he says all good. Yeah, I was really looking forward to it, but I was looking at the time and I was like, yeah, unfortunately, we have to wrap it up. Before we leave, where's your mom and dad, Jace? So they can do a little pop in here.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Dad? How are you? How are you? You doing good?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Hey, Jace is fast, man. He's fast. Pretty tall for his age. And I told him to keep on working. He can achieve those dreams, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For sure. For sure. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Yeah, for sure. It's always good to have dad pop in. It's definitely very good. All right. So my co-host hasn't came, Jace. My co-host didn't even come. And I told you before the show he was gonna come, but I can't wait any longer. I can't wait any longer because unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you got to go and do stuff. I got to eat dinner, like what Tyler just said, eat dinner earlier in the show. So we got all eat dinner. So yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just wrap it up here. Like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where we post our podcast. That's where we post a podcast and clips. That's where we like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live. So make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get notified of when we go live. You can donate to Zelle, not Cash App, 954-664-8962. That is where you can donate to the show. All proceeds of the show will go towards the show, to improve the show, to upgrade the show, and everything else podcast related. So donate to 954-664-8962. Here is Theron West II, one of our previous guests. This is his clothing line, silentfear.online. You guys can check that out. That's his website. That's his little clothing line. Pickup portal. He came in August, introduced his business. Basically, if you're a coach that needs players for the weekend, the coach can simply go in the pickup portal, pick up some players for the weekend, and make up for the missing players. And if you're a player that wants to play for the weekend, that's interested in playing for the weekend, player can just put himself in the pickup portal, and then the player can connect with the coach, and then boom, 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 just like that, you're connected and you can play for the weekend. Subscribe to Case and Velez. He was one. He was that soccer video that we saw of the header at CB7 Rocket. Game football 5250. He was one of our pictures here. One of the pictures is, let me pull up the picture. That is his YouTube channel, so you guys can check it out. His YouTube channel at Remy Game Football 5250. All right, Jay. So no co-host is here. So I'm gonna count us out. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna say be ready, and then you're gonna say stay ready. All right.
Sir.
And please make sure to stay after the live so that we can do the wrap up. It's gonna be a quick wrap up. All right. It's gonna be a quick wrap up. Okay, y'all. In 3, 2, 1. To be ready.
You gotta stay ready.
And we out, y'all. And we out. Good night, y'all. And happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.